let's move ahead 34 years and 200 pages and into somewhat of a different atmosphere. Well, we'll pick up our story on the occasion of my 30th high school reunion at my supposedly all-male Philadelphia prep school. Needless to say, there have been some changes. I snuck away from the class of 1976 cash bar with my old friend Duber, and we walked through the hallways of the upper school, gin and tonics in hand. The place was eerily unchanged, the old corridor still filled with the smell of pencil shavings and sweat. We peeked into the empty cafeteria, looked out the windows of the old study hall. I remembered throwing a paper airplane out of one of the study hall's high windows one spring afternoon in 1972 and watching as that airplane sailed forever on an invisible updraft. Isn't it weird moments like that? I remember so distinctly throwing that air. This is a very high third floor window, and I threw. It wasn't like the airplane. It was like a special airplane I learned how to make in the Boy Scouts, actually. So it's not like the simple one that you make like this with the point. It's the one where you tear off a square and you actually make a thing for the front. It actually has a wing that's shaped like a airplane wing, and then there's a little part. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen? Anyway, all the Boy Scouts in here, and I know who you are because you're all nodding. And I remember throwing that airplane, and it just stayed. It must have. Well, the only reason I'm mentioning this is I couldn't tell you a single thing I learned in 7th grade, but I remember that like it was yesterday. All right, let's move along. On a wall was an oil painting of my nemesis, the former headmaster, Mr. Flinch, who used to point his finger at me all the time and accuse me of not having enough gumption. You know, he was right about me, I said. I didn't have any gumption. Yeah, well, said Duber. Fuck him. You got plenty of gumption. You ask me, you're the fucking gumption poster child. What the fuck does he know about it? Nothing. We walked down the hallway of the upper school. It was odd to be walking around there with a gin and tonic and a vagina. There was a time I could have gotten detention for this. This is like some crazy dream, I said. I keep thinking I'm gonna wake up. Well, it was like some dream the first time, dude, said Duber. Or whatever. You know what they say about how history repeats itself? First time is tragedy, second time is like, you know, some big old pile of bullshit.